Hi everyone and welcome to IRYPPOD, the podcast. I'm here, I'm Shabaz. I don't know why I said I'm here. I'm Shabaz.
We
Clearly
can see we're
I'm here. Yeah.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Shabaz. This is Sophia and...
Roll the title. Just roll it.
Hi Sophia, how have you been? Do you know what? I feel like have I not seen you in a couple of days? What is it? It has been a couple of days, isn't it? I've not really... Oh, I know why. Now, the thing is, Sophia has had recent developments in life. So what that means is she no longer requires me. So now, the last couple of days, just not seen her. Not heard from her, nothing. She's got friends coming round for tea, new characters being unlocked. I don't even know half the names she comes out with. This person's coming around. Gemmas and Collins and Marks. And
I actually don't even know a Gemma.
Yeah, well, whoever it is, she's got new friends, so she's really busy. Like, every time I say to her, even today after the podcast, I've got to go away. I've got to go for a meal. No, she can't come with me and help me with my stuff or come and ask me how I'm doing. No, she's busy. Why? Because she's selfish. Anyway, sorry.
It was one evening at my house.
It was one time.
I did go see Shabaz do your...
Stand-up?
No, it wasn't even stand-up. Your opening. You did an opening.
I opened, basically, for Sophie.
He opened for Tez Ilyas. For Sophie.
I opened for...
Oh, really just rude. A private show, yeah?
I literally
just me and Shabaz on stage.
I literally went on stage and then the first thing I said was, I was like, hi everyone, I'm going to be opening you tonight. And they all just kind of looked at me and I went, no. Let's just rephrase.
Yeah, let's take
I will not be opening you. I will be opening for you. So just a bit of context, background. Tez Ilyas, the comedian, performed in Blackburn, our hometown. Second funniest person in Blackburn, obviously after me. Asked me to perform. I think he wanted me to obviously come on and warm the audience up to... So then, obviously, if his isn't as good... It doesn't make him look bad.
No, I don't think that was the reason. I think Tez is fine all on his own.
He's so brilliant. Honestly, love him to bits. I think I struggled because I thought I'm not very good with people in the industry. I'm a bit hit and miss with people. Like I don't know what they're going to be like, and I struggle with making friends anyway, always have. So when I meet people in the industry, I don't know how to take them. I don't know if they're going to be...
But do you know how you made that sound? You said, I'm not good with people in the industry. I'm like, what?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Is there some scandal I don't know about?
Oh, I'm not good with people in the industry. No, there's no scandal behind it. It's just I'm not very good with meeting people, and the problem I've got is I feel like sometimes growing up I always struggled to make friends, and I always felt like there was always established group of friends, and I always had to try and worm my way in or try to be friends with them. So it felt like, in a way, I was begging, which is why I did the circle, and I struggled with that because they'd already had an established group of friends. I had to come in and try and be like, pick me, please be my friend. And
I understand what you mean, because I was that type of person in high school. Like, I was friends with everyone. There wasn't someone that I wasn't friends with, but I wasn't part of any
select group of friends. Yeah, I could talk to everybody. I can go sit with everyone, but I never had my group of friends. I did finally establish a group of friends when I worked at cinema, and then what happened was I moved to London and they all went off and did their own thing. And then, so when it comes to meeting people in the industry, especially at events and stuff, they're very, very cliquey at events. I'm not going to lie to you. You've been there and you'll see cliques of people who know each other, live in London, so collab with each other. Some of them outside of the clique are lovely. Inside the clique, they're very stick to each other. And I hate being the person that's like, hi, can I come in? Can I sit with you?
I'm the northerner.
Yeah, can I please sit with you? Anyway, so back to the point. So I opened for Tez Ilyas, sold out 1,500 person seater, incredible. I don't remember it.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
All I got to say is literally, no, honestly, Shabaz, you actually did really great. You were confident. I mean, I've seen you stand-ups, and I can't believe it was the first time I've seen you stand up in over a year.
Yes.
The last time I seen you do a stand up was Manchester last year.
Fats and Friends.
Yeah, but you have done obviously no fault.
I've done loads since then.
But,
yeah.
From me to see you doing your stand up last September till now, growth.
Really,
elevation.
I never see it.
Honestly, Shabaz was literally like, oh my God, I'm nervous. But literally, you went on there like a natural.
Everyone says
you did
that.
it. Everybody, literally, people got the joke. People laughed. It was just easy.
Yeah.
There was no awkward silence. None of that.
I feel like over the years, I've kind of gotten good at making people comfortable and easy in the environment I'm in. So I think
you're more confident.
Yeah, 100%. I think confidence definitely comes with it. But I think people have said this to me, and people have said that there's a certain ease the actual tour company said that to me. So the people that are sponsoring me, shout out to Mick Perrin, by the way. Tickets to my tour, link in the description. Just go and buy them. I don't know why I have to say this to you every single week. Just buy the tickets in it.
Definitely get the tickets and then I can meet you all as well.
Exactly. If you are fans of the podcast. So Mick Perrin actually said that to me. So Vicky at Mick Perrin was like, there's a certain ease that you put your audience at. And I never really understood it because I was like, this is why in a group of like out with our friends, they always gravitate towards me, or we sort of sit all turn towards me because I just put people at ease, and I never realised that I did that. But it's lovely. It was really good.
Of course, certain people have a certain presence, and you do have that presence as well. And I don't even know what you were worried about, honestly.
Yeah, but I think that's a good worry, though. I don't think that's ever a bad thing.
No, it's good, but from my perspective, I'm like you can do it like that.
Yeah, but I think,
of course, there's always things that you personally want to improve on.
But I think having that thing is always never going to fail me, because it shows that I care, which is what a lot of people have said to me. They're like, being that level of nervous. Don't get me wrong, I'm not nervous like I was the first time I did it. There's a very different
the first time you were really nervous. I was
really sick the first time I did it. Whereas this one is a different kind of nerve. It's I'm nervous to go out there and face the people. But once I'm out there, the lights come on, the lights hit me, and then I just do what comes naturally in it.
Yeah.
So
1,500 people, and that was the biggest audience you've ever.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do that kind of audience again.
Never say never.
No, it's not me saying it like that. I don't have confidence to be able to sell that kind of audience, because love, I'm selling out the O2 Arena. That's the level of confidence you have to have, right? Faith and belief in yourself. You're believing. I'm believing in myself, right? It's not that. I just think personally, for my comedy and what I like to do, I prefer a smaller crowd. I just prefer like a more intimate crowd where I get to speak to individual people, joke with you, tell the story to people I can see. I think with Tez's show, I could see the first 7 rows. After that, I don't know where the rest of them were. There was one guy that was shouting for me for miles. Like this man right in the nosebleeds. And I couldn't interact with him, and I think that kind of puts me at like a bit of a So, but I don't know, never say never. We might do a podcast tour in it if this.
That'd be brilliant.
I think let's take a year. Let's do a year, and then I think we should take this on tour and do this live somehow.
That would be fun.
It'd be fun, and get guests on and stuff.
It would.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, so that was what have we been up to?
No, what have you been up to?
That's pretty much it. Have I done anything else? I've got a very busy week coming, so by the time this airs, I will have done...
Marathon thing you went to.
Oh, yeah, so I went down to London Marathon Training Day. What a hectic day, because I did the Tez Ilyas show. From there, we went out for like food, drove down to London, slept on the services, drove into London.
I don't know how you did that.
I love sleeping in services. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but I don't know how. Like.
Oh, yeah, the functioning... Yeah, the functioning was hard. Like I drank a Red Bull really late. So I drank a Red Bull about 7:30, which meant that 2-3 o'clock I was wide anything. So I was like, yep, let's go down that motorway. Down that motorway, honestly spinning. Got to London about 7, slept till about 9, had to be there for 10. So then London Gateway is like 40 minutes away. So then drove, got there. Oh my God, when I tell you, I thought I'm going to do a bit of speeches. I'm going to cut a ribbon. That's what ambassadors do, innit? Cut a ribbon.
Why are you going to cut a ribbon?
You know what ambassadors do? Cut a ribbon.
It wasn't
give a shit,
the actual marathon, was it?
Love, it was training for the marathon, but they didn't do no visual training.
Okay,
it was
but why would you cut a ribbon at training?
Because I'm taking the mic. It's hypothetical like that. You know, ambassadors normally come and cut a ribbon, take a picture, leave. I thought that's what I was doing. Turns out they went, off your pop, run a mile.
And what he means by ambassador is for Save the Children.
Yeah. Save the Children ambassadors. So that we talked about that. We've discussed that. If you're new here, go watch the other episodes. Why are you new here? What you've not been watching the other episodes for? Okay. But if you're new here, that's also okay. Yeah. So then they made me do running and stuff. Honestly, you should see the video. You've seen the video innit? Where I was like, I was just at one point doing these jumping jacks. I was just standing at the back dancing. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's not for me. I thought London Marathon was going to be easy.
Just stood there like this.
Yeah. I genuinely thought this London Marathon thing was going to be easy, man.
Okay. When's the actual marathon though?
April 26th. I've got a GoFundMe link. It's in the description. Or go find it on my page. Please go and donate. I mean, like I said, every penny helps. I've got videos on TikTok, which I just go watch them. If they're over a minute, go watch them. The least you could do is just go and watch a video for more than a minute. and that all the money that TikTok give me goes straight to the charity.
That's brilliant.
Easy, innit?
Yeah, that is amazing.
So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Next week's busy. So I've got Mondays I've got off. Tuesday I'm at TikTok Awards. Wednesday I'm doing Coventry stand-up show. Thursday I'm doing Wolverhampton stand-up show. Tickets are available. By the time this airs, already gone, so don't worry about it. Show's already over. And then Friday I've got doing a stand-up show in London with Fats and Friends.
That's going to be amazing.
And Saturday I'm going to watch Wicked.
Again?
Yeah, no, the stage show.
Oh, that's brilliant. Were you watching it in Manchester?
Manchester, yeah.
Oh,
I got a
you're
ticket.
going to love
I
it.
got one ticket though. There is another ticket which I was going to buy because I thought you can come with me. But it's it's like 4 doors down.
I would go and sit like 5 rows
Oh, do you
behind
want to come then? Shall I just buy an extra ticket?
Go on, yeah, do it.
All right, I'll do it. We'll sort that out. We'll have that chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what we've been up to.
What you watching? So guys, the next topic that we have is what you watching.
You really don't need to sing it.
Great.
Anyway, what have you been watching this week?
So I actually went, guys, and I watched the Wicked film. Me and my sister went, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, how'd you find it?
Me, my sister, and my mum went.
And me.
And you.
I was there, love. How'd you find it?
It's an amazing film.
It is a brilliant film.
The singing,
Cynthia.
the music, Cynthia's voice was...
You know Cynthia, and I completely did not clock. Cynthia's Harriet Tubman in Harriet, and she sings na 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 na. I'm gonna stand up, take my people. It's Cynthia.
Yeah, that's Cynthia.
And I completely didn't put the two together. I was so annoyed when I found out. The connection. I was like, what? Cynthia is phenomenal. Do you know, every time I see an interview with her outside of her interviews with Ariana.
Outside the Wicked.
Outside of the Ariana interviews, because when she's on her own, she talks about her role and what she does. I just love how much nuance she put into the character. Like, it's not just a green woman.
And as well, do you know how we were talking about like it being it was emotional, Shabaz?
Okay, so can I just tell you one moment? Sophie,
like literally
at one point, right?
It was
visceral. Oh,
I literally just went, oh, and
the entire movie,
and Shabaz shouts over the cinema screen. Oh, what do you mean?
Because the entire rest of the movie, me and her sister, every time something happened, it went quiet, we'd go, oh.
I'm like, right, shut up, guys. Now you're just taking the mick out of me.
Would you say live up to its hype?
100%.
Yeah.
Like, definitely go watch it. I cannot wait for part 2.
I've seen 2 things I want to say about this. Number one, a lot of people, firstly, you know how we were talking about Glinda? Love, there was a high-speed train. Why are you making Dorothy walk down yellow brick roads when there's a high-speed train?
I was thinking
and you
that.
knew that because you got on the high-speed train.
Literally, I was thinking that as well. Like, how
she got
there's
on
a train that goes straight to the
Emerald City.
I would say Wizard of Oz City.
Yeah.
And you're telling me she had to follow the yellow brick road?
Yeah.
But maybe they got rid of the train to put the brick road in.
Oh, possibly.
Maybe they were saving the environment.
Yeah, because he was doing the brick road thing, weren't he? Okay, fair enough. Let's give it that. The other thing I was going to say was, one thing I saw on Threads was, it was about the fact that we're not Elphaba. People tend to see themselves in Elphaba. The truth of the matter is, we're the people of Emerald City. The reason why is because we're all people that will sit by and allow someone to be vilified publicly in the media and take part in the stone throwing. We will look at somebody who we've been told is a villain and vilify them.
Yep.
So we like to believe that we're Elphaba. We're not.
Exactly. And especially when we was watching it as well. And I was thinking, do you know when they announced that she's this bad witch?
See how quick they turned?
And I think to myself, like, that's what the media does. Doesn't it?
Do you know, it has so many layers. Wicked has so many layers.
It's like crazy.
Politics, race. It talks about, it's so multi-layered. So people are like, Wicked, what is it, just singing and musical?
No, it's not. It's like, there's a deeper understanding.
Yeah.
And
patriarchy as well. It talks about this idea that it took a man who saw a woman that was more powerful than him, used his power and influence to turn her into a villain. And the one line that he says in the movie is, everybody needs someone that they can hate. Some people were like, we're either Emerald City people or we're Glinda, because most of us don't want to go outside the comforts of our home and go outside of the norm, because, well, we benefit from that. Glinda benefits from staying behind and...
Absolutely. And she's got something to gain from it.
Madame Morrible, I saw somewhere, and this is a spoiler, so if you haven't seen it, you've had 2 weeks to go see it. At this point, spoilers.
At this point, it's already out on DVD.
Yeah, you know. Madame Horrible actually it controls the weather. So she brought on the drought, which then was used to blame the animals. It's very similar to governments causing the issues, then finding something to blame. So if you talk about American politics, any politics across the world, it was we cause the issues and then we blame it on immigrants. We blame it on working class people. We blame it on benefit cheats but we caused the issues in the first place. So she caused the drought.
It's all down to the governments, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really clever. And also, do you know the bit where she says, "Oh, I can control weather's my specialty"? She brought the Dorothy there on that tornado. So
did.
Glinda could manipulate Dorothy to get rid of the Wicked
now there's
Witch.
a gang.
Glinda is Game of Thrones, right? Daenerys Targaryen. Do you know what she did? She took out the Wicked Witch. She took out the wizard. And she took out Dorothy.
And then burned the city down.
And burned the city down. And then took it all for herself. Sat on that golden throne and went, it's fine.
Sat in her golden bubble.
She sent the wizard off, sent Dorothy back, got rid of the Scarecrow, got rid of the Tin Man, got rid of all of them.
Yeah, but now there's no Munchkins there. It's just Glinda lives by herself.
No, Glinda rules it all.
Yeah, rules it all.
Look,
in this vast
she
land.
got a house dropped on the Wicked Witch of the West. She got a house dropped to the Wicked Witch of the East.
Yep.
She got Wicked Witch of the West melted. She got rid of the wizard. She took out all the chess pieces and then sat there on that throne job done.
Job done. That is Game of Thrones.
Oh my God. I watched on Netflix Buy Now. It's a shopping conspiracy. Firstly, Netflix, bravo. They know how to make a documentary. The way it's filmed.
I literally just watched them 4 documentaries.
The way it's filmed is so smart. So it's filmed, just for background, the shopping conspiracy is all about this idea that we are consuming so much, but we don't need to be. I implore you to watch it. It is phenomenal and it changes your outlook on everything. And if it doesn't, you need to have a quiet word with yourself in the corner. It's so interesting, but filmed so well. So it's filmed from the lens of, hiya, you want to be a big corporation that makes maximum profits. Let's do this. Steal, lie, cheat. So she's giving you tips. It's sort of satire in the sense that what you got to do, step 1, you've got to waste more. Step 2, you got to control. And she gives you these tips, right? It's so interesting because these are some of the facts that I pulled from it. H&M have 26,000 styles a year. Zara produces 36,000 styles a year and Shein produces 1.3 million styles. That's not individual garments. That is styles of clothing. How crazy is that? 100 billion items of clothing are made a year. There are 8 billion people in the world and 100 billion. There are more clothes than that people need. In the documentary, they also talk about people thinking that it's okay because, well, I'm recycling, I'm donating my clothes, but that's what the companies want you to believe.
But I'm going to say, like, if you're recycling, donating these clothes, I'm sure, like...
They don't need them.
That's what I mean. I'm sure they're full of, like, everyone's got every kind of fashion that they need. Because there's too many clothes to donate now at this point,
That's the point. So Ghana was saying that they have an abundance of clothes. There are, I think she said something like, there's 20 million people in Ghana and there's 1.3 million items of clothing a week.
Wow.
It's just filling up in the beaches and the landfill sites.
Why don't they pass them on to other societies?
Because everyone has too many. There's a woman that worked at Amazon and she turned around and said that her job was to reduce your critical thinking time. So when you go into a store, and we used to do this, because we're a generation prior to the internet. When we used to go into a store, how many times did you go in the store, look at a top, try it on, leave it, and then come back and go, maybe I didn't need it, or go back and buy it? Well, they've reduced that. They've got rid of that critical thinking time because you can buy now, click to buy. She said that thing, your critical thinking time, leave it in your basket. If after a month you still want it, then you need it. A lot of people aren't doing that because we have an idea in our head. We got it the next day.
Do you know I hate shopping online?
Why?
I hate shopping online. Number one, I'll get stuff and if it doesn't look right, I'll never return it. So I'm wasting money. A lot of times I want to feel the fabric. I want to feel what it looks like. I want to try what it looks like. I want to do it the old-fashioned way because I just enjoy that. I actually enjoy leaving my house to actually go shopping.
I really don't.
I enjoy it.
I don't.
I know a lot of people don't.
I can't stand it. I can't stand being in a shop.
My sister's the same because she's an online shopping queen.
The thing I found...
But literally, I actually enjoy it's retail therapy for me. I enjoy flicking through it.
The thing
I
is,
just don't like clicking through it. I like flipping through it.
the thing I find with shopping in store is that in store do not put always what it's very difficult to find. So I went the other day. I've got a really big thing with material now. I'm sorry, I'm not having. I went and I can't remember what it was. Represent, or I think it was Couture Club. I can't remember one of these in Selfridges, right? Went there and I thought I will spend money on a jumper that I know I'm going to last longer, right? Keep it for all summer. I'll wear it next winter. I'll wear it next winter again, right? I saw some of the stuff they made. You're charging me 100 odd quid, right, for polyester. But they won't tell you that because you have to search for the label. Online, click the description. It's made out of polyester. I ain't spending 100 odd quid for polyester.
Yeah, but you could just flip the thing.
No, but it doesn't. You have to look for the labels. This is some of them don't have it on the labels. They have it hidden somewhere. I was looking through clothes. I was trying to find where the labels were. And I was like, where am I? And in the shop, I'm putting my hand through the labels so I can just click it on thingy and find the description. Anyway, so talking about that, so more things. She said that she optimized the page and they tested colours, designs. They ran stuff where it said £25 and over, your order's free. They changed the colour of the 25 to 17 different colours and in real time could get stats because there were that many people using the page. Yeah. They can get real time stats. They were managed to optimise a page which makes you buy now, buy quicker, not think and just get it done.
It's mad.
That's how much science goes behind it. We think that we're in control. We're not.
Oh, we're absolutely not. The psychology behind it all is just
and that's what it looks at. That's what it talks about. Another thing, 2.5 million shoes produced each hour. 2.5 million shoes produced each hour. 69,000 phones an hour. 12 tons of plastic an hour. We can't recycle our way out of everything they want us to buy. That was the statement. We can't recycle everything. We can't recycle out of everything they want us to buy. So it's all good, a company saying recycle. The amount of plastic you're producing and you want us to recycle, we're not outdoing how much you want us to buy.
It's not fast enough to recycle it.
You are making us buy more and then you're asking us to recycle. Also, some of those stuff you can't recycle.
It makes you think like deep.
Crazy.
It's crazy. Like people out there like just use. Like there's some people out there who don't care.
But the thing that they were saying as well.
I think you should care at this point.
But then you shop Shein.
Who shops Shein?
You do.
Yeah, if I want something quick.
There you go. So you shop Shein, and that's the problem. So a lot of people will do this thing.
But the only time I shop Shein, the only time I've ever shopped Shein is because I haven't been able to get out of the house. That's the only time. I've actually never shopped Shein.
Yeah, but you still shop there. So you're still part of that consumer business
Yeah, but I've shopped there once.
But you still shop there. So you're one person, there's 8 billion people. If they all said, I only shop there once,
that's
there's
8 billion times.
And what's happening with the increase of fast fashion is they are creating... Also, another thing that they said was creating products that break. A printer that runs out, even though you've replaced the ink, it stopped working after 3 years. iPhones that are made to not be able to get into them. If this phone battery goes, I can't get into that. I've got to take it to an Apple store or get another one. I can't replace this myself at home. Whereas prior to that, you could replace the battery, you could do something with it. Your brick Nokia used to break. We used to take the battery out and put another battery in. You could repair it. Tell me how to repair this myself. I can't fix it.
YouTube it.
And companies, no, you can't, because if you do it, your warranty's void. So if you do something does go wrong with it, your warranty's void. And what they also said was that companies that do try to fix it, they try suing them. So there's a company called iFixit, which will fix anything.
Yeah.
They'll take them to court and try suing them.
Why?
Because copyright infringement, I'm sorry. He said quite nicely, I just told them to... And it's this consumer culture where we're so obsessed with having everything now new. And you know one thing I've got to say about that? I'm the victim and also the culprit. Victim because I felt so much pressure when people have messaged me going, oh, you've always got the same jumper on. And haven't you had that when people are like, oh, you're wearing the same thing all the time?
I don't care, me.
Yeah, but you're on social media now. That starts to happen. Oh, she's got the same stuff on. Oh, they've got the same clothes on. Oh, can they not buy new stuff? It's a cycle that I've heard people do and people say, so people feed into that. Also, we want the newest thing all the time, even though we don't need it. I don't need 17 colours of hats. I don't need 15 Stanley cups. I don't need the newest makeup, even though the old makeup does the exact same thing. The thing is, though, one thing that they said at the end of the documentary was, it doesn't fall down to us. The corporations churn out this stuff. They produce all the fossil fuels. They produce all the waste. They produce all this plastic pollution. And then they ask us to recycle. They ask us to be better. It doesn't fall down to us. It falls down to them to start regulations on big companies.
What's their recycling
None of it
situation at the factories.
None of it happens. So watch the documentary. They talk about this idea that they'll say it gets recycled. It gets shipped off to Thailand or what other countries where it's not been recycled.
Just in a landfill.
It's just been in a landfill. But they'll say, we recycle it. You don't. Coca-Cola have the nerve to produce that many plastic bottles and then put a little recycling sign on it. Recycle me. I will recycle it. I'll put it in my little bins. But where's it going to? They ain't recycling it. They're just making me feel better about buying it because I can recycle. I need to find this out.
Because that's interesting, that.
Yeah, so...
I need to figure this out.
Watch it. It's flipping brilliant. It's so interesting when you watch it. You just really changes your outlook on stuff. So I recommend that. So yeah, that's what we've been watching. So it's a time in the podcast that we love to talk about. The whole podcast is about it. I'm IRYPPOD. So the I'm IRYPPOD of this week is Crypto Kings.
Ugh.
So I just want you to listen to the advice of a crypto king, yeah? Just a quick rundown on a crypto king. This is a bunch of men who do trading, do whatever, and inspire younger boys to aspire for more. Sounds all right, doesn't it? They work hard, aspire for more. Unrealistic expectations make them buy their courses. They make you buy £250 courses and then you can trade and you'll get more money and you'll be able to live this lavish lifestyle. Let me just give you the advice directly from the Crypto King's mouth.
If you want to be successful, you need to stop working hard. Thinking that the harder you work, the richer you'll become is literally why you're a slave to the system. You won't be rewarded because you work hard. You won't get a promotion because you work hard. You won't become a millionaire because you work hard. This is a poverty trap that the system's brainwashed into us to keep us trapped in a 9-to-5.
Forex lifestyle is so easy. Once you have the skill set, I can wake up in the morning, trade for 2 hours of the day, and make...
That line, I cannot stand. I can trade for 2 hours and then the rest of the day I can sit in my Lamborghini.
I've got a story for you in regards to this, right? Which is ridiculous, right? So back in 2016 might have been. This is when it was starting to pop off, this whole crypto trading thing. Forex trading was a huge thing. So I went to 3 different seminars, right?
I wish you told me this because I wouldn't be friends with it if I knew this.
So I'd enrolled to 3 different seminars. I thought, let me just check this out. Let me see what it's about. Like, it's up and coming. The people that were in there were just there. It was all business people who were in there trying to figure out how to make an extra cash and extra money. And at that time, your girl was povying. So
I get that, though. I totally get that. Literally. You're not the only one that's said that story.
So at that time, I was like, I need to figure what is going on. So I remember going to a Forex... seminar, and there one of the guys turned around and said, well, I've been doing this since I was like 21 and blah blah blah, and I've made all this money, and he's telling you all this information. And then
did he show you his Lamborghini and his mansion?
So he showed us everything, how he has everything right on this massive giant PowerPoint. Then he turns around and says, on top of it, once he's told us how much he's made, then he's told around, my uncle lent me 30 grand, right? And I thought, at that point, I switched off. I thought, I don't have an uncle who lent me 30 grand. First of all, I need to find his uncle.
Trust.
Like, is anyone willing to
Can your uncle lend it me?
Exactly. Like, is your uncle single at this point? Like, I don't know, maybe me and him can do business. But, like, I thought to myself, right, first of all, that's where you've got it from, because you've just been handed money to trade. Well, unfortunately, I've got 30 quid in my account. So that's not 30 grand. That's not going to make me 30 grand. £30 not going to make me 30 grand. No matter how much they tell you, oh, I put 30 quid in and now I've got millions. No, it's a lie. It's a lie that they feed to you, right? And then on top of that, I thought to myself, okay, then I went to the second seminar and basically it was the owner of Forex trading, right? So it was a guy called, can't remember his name. Anyway,
she gives the most irrelevant information. Yeah. I don't care what year it is, and I don't care what his uncle was called or what his dad. Just get to the point of the story. It's been 25 minutes. I've been listening to the story and just give me the point.
So anyway, I've gone to this second, obviously, this other Forex thingamajig, and then the guy's gone, right, okay, I am offering a 2-week course to the first 10 people who want to pay 2.5 grand. Yeah. We'll take you to London for a week. You'll be in London for a week. We'll teach you all the old steps. And then after that week, you then go home, Bear in mind, this is not including like your expenses of where you're staying either. Then you go home, and then the second week they will stay in contact with you and keep you trading. And apparently they've got this like system now where it trades for you as well. So this guy created this system. Summit Becker is called. That name came to me anyway. So I thought to myself, okay, I'll think about it, because it was like, do you want to sign up? I was like, I'll get back to you.
I swear to God, if you signed up
Listen
$2
to this.
grand, I will punch you square in the face.
I didn't have $2 grand to sign up, Shabaz.
You would have done it.
Listen, in 2016, I didn't have $2 grand just lying around, okay? So I was
Not
like...
Not that she has it now, but you know.
Exactly. And then I've rang them and I've gone, right, okay, I'm really interested in this. How about I come down, you pay for the week, and whatever money I make, because obviously you're telling me that I'm going to make all this money in the space of a week.
Yeah.
So whatever money I make, you just deduct it from my earnings. Whatever I earn, whatever I win.
Did you get the phone
deduct
put down?
it. So they turned around and went, sorry, we can't do that. I said, I don't know. Why can't you do that? I said, it just makes sense, doesn't it?
And you heard a
if you just help me do it, I said, well, speak to someone and get back to me. So he's like, do you know what? I'll go and speak to someone. I'll get back to you. So this guy rings me back a couple of hours later.
I thought she probably would have got blocked.
No, he calls me back a couple of hours later, right? And then he goes to me, unfortunately, I've asked, we can't do it. But if you just give us $2.5 grand, come down, and then you sort it from then. So technically, you've made the money back. I said, I'm sorry. I said, but my uncle doesn't. I've already asked my uncle. He won't let me $3 grand. So I can't do it.
Oh.
And from that point, I was like, do you know what? It is what it is. It's not meant to be.
This story is very similar, because I had somebody message me in my inbox saying that she was a mom, struggling. She really needed to like give her kids a better life. And this is why this story frustrates me so much, because all jokes aside, I think they are one of the most corrupt people. And I'm telling you now, the Forex bros and the trading bros and all the crypto kings will be in my comment section bashing their keyboards, going, look what I did, look at my Lamborghini, look at my Dubai lifestyle, look at all this. You're encouraging people to live up to a lifestyle that isn't attainable for everybody.
Everyone, yeah.
And then saying that you should do it if you part ways with your money. So this woman did. So a woman messaged me saying she parted ways with her money. What ended up happening? She didn't make the money. She didn't reach her target, so she lost all that money.
Basically.
So she got robbed, didn't it? This idea of like younger people. I've seen videos of young kids, right? There's young kids, 16, coming back from school, doing their GCSEs, coming back, sitting on Forex trading, doing my trading. Aspire for better. And I get it, everybody wants to elevate themselves, but this crypto king is the equivalent of the pyramid scheme for women. You know the pyramid scheme where the Avon lady was
I even
alright.
did Avon. That was
mate. I did a pyramid scheme as well. I did like pyramid scheme.
The B2B one?
You know, I did some aloe vera shot thing. It was just weird.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I did Avon. I literally sacked it in 2 weeks.
But Avon was different, because Avon Avon was the original pyramid scheme in it, but I think the idea of like this pyramid scheme of like you can attain, look at me, I've got a Lamborghini, I've paid off my mortgage, you're asking me to pay you.
But it is a pyramid scheme, you do know that.
Yeah, of course
that is still a pyramid scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme.
It's ridiculous.
And it's wrong, because they are fully manipulating and they're fully prying on young people. Prying on young people by giving them this, everybody wants to earn more, and they are mugging people.
Absolutely.
Mugging you right off. So that's my I'm Rich Your Poor of the week.
Ridiculous.
I know. I beg your pardon.
So guys, our next topic is I beg your pardon. So my topic is Disney princesses.
Right.
Are they a good example or a bad example for young girls?
I think all Disney princesses were a bad example. Newer ones are a little bit more woke and better.
Okay, explain.
All the Disney princesses really required Snow White, Cinderella, really needed the man.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, they needed the man to come along and save them. Oh, give me a kiss
And
and
I
save
was
me.
that girl. Literally.
And there's nothing wrong with it in a sense that, like, let me just give you context to that. The thing is, for a time, it made sense. And people think that as time's gone on, we're more angry. I mean, we're just more aware of the consequences of it.
Absolutely.
So people think that, oh, everybody's sensitive now. No, we're just aware of the consequences of our actions. So we're bringing up young girls to aspire for a guy to come and save her and a guy to give her validation, when she doesn't need that. She can just grow up and do that herself. She can. Whereas all the later movies, true love can be your sister's love, Frozen. True love can be a different kind of love. Moana going out there. I know she's a princess, but she's a Polynesian princess, but she's going out there and doing facing her demons, facing her own challenges, doing it on her own. She doesn't need the validation from a man. Yes, I get it, men and women, whatever, but you don't need to have that. And I think that's where the difference is, that you can find that power yourself through who you are.
Personally, I absolutely loved Disney princesses growing up.
Yeah.
And I love the story, and I just love love. That's what it is.
Yeah.
As well, I did feel like they were confident, because they were confident in terms of the what's that?
That's not what it is.
Yeah. Not quite like that, but yeah. You made me lose my train of thought, you idiot.
So what you were saying was Disney princesses were...
So they had the confidence to overcome the trials and tribulations that they faced, which was great.
Well, they didn't, because two of them fell asleep.
One of them was poisoned, Shabaz.
Okay.
Okay.
Both of them were poisoned, but they both fell asleep.
They both... That's not no fault of their own.
And did they do it on their own, though? Or did they need a man to come and kiss them, and that's how they woke up?
No, we're not talking...
So what tribulations did they face, love?
Snow White had a horrible stepmother that she ran away from.
She ran away from.
Yeah.
Then went and become a slave to 7 other men. and then ate a poison apple, fell asleep, and a man came and kissed her and woke her up.
They went out to work while she cooks and cleaned for them. So technically they were helping each other out in that sense. But anyway,
can I just proceed?
Cinderella, that is like Cinderella, breaks my heart.
Cooked, cleaned, did all that.
She did everything,
right?
And then she went to the ball.
Right.
It's not her fault that she fell off.
Right. And then...
Really? But then she does fall over
and then
with
this
the prince.
prince with a foot fetish ran around the town. I need to find her. Found her and then went, right, come and be a slave in my castle now.
One thing I always... Because obviously, I grew up with a single mother from the age of 14 after my dad had died.
Yeah.
But she instilled in me that literally, if you need to get something done, you do it yourself. So I've always had that in me. I've always wanted to be a princess, but time's not allowed me to. Except the fact that, do you know what? Now, at my own detriment, I'm a bit too much. If that makes sense. Mean? So I will, because I'm so confident and independent in doing what I do, it's sometimes at my own detriment.
Okay.
Because I don't allow people to offer me that help and support, where maybe I should take it. In terms of a relationship perspective.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas I think I know it all, I've got it all. Because I do. Essentially, I do have it all and get it and know it all kind of thing for myself. But that doesn't always help because then you have controlling habits.
There's a difference though, because I think that's a learning thing. That's a personality learning thing. I think we are, from a young age, we are putting into girls that you need to be the softer, the princess, the palaces and the pinks and the cutesy. We're putting into the boys that you need to wear monster trucks and you need to like dinosaurs and you need to be builders and thingies. And whilst I understand that was okay at a time, boys need to learn that it's okay to cry and it's okay to be a bit sensitive, and girls need to learn that it's okay to be a bit tough. Like my niece can go and wear blue, and I instilled that in her, that if I want to wear pink as a guy, I'll wear pink. Colours don't have genders and stuff. But this is what we've instilled, and Disney princesses were instrumental in that. However, it was a different time.
Yeah.
So I'm not judgmental of Snow White and Cinderella because it was a different time. As times go on, princesses have changed, and much to people's annoyance that, we're going to walk now and da, da, da. It's not. It's that times are changing. Walk, innit? And
walk.
Yeah, we're going to walk now but it's not. It's times are changing and people's perceptions are changing. So do I think all the Disney princesses had a detrimental impact on young girls? Yes, I did.
So you think they're bad or good?
I do think they're bad role models. I think they're better now, but the older ones were bad role models too, especially in today's day and age. My one is integrity versus working. So I'm struggling at the moment because I can hold on to my integrity. I won't promote fast fashion. I won't go down any routes or work with any companies where I think they have a detriment to society or people. Yeah. However, that means I'm not working. That means I'm not making money. That means I'm not doing anything. There are influencers out there that are firstly taking biscuits and pennies, whereas me, I'm charging the same companies money for my value. So my value is my value means nothing because companies are going, well, hold on. Yeah, fair enough. You want to charge X, Y, and Z. I can just go to this kid and throw a biscuit at their head and they'll come and do it for free. They'll come and do it for biscuits. Why am I going to pay you? Secondly, fast fashion companies, Boohoo, PLT, all these big brands are doing these big events, hosting these big events, sending people on trips abroad and whatever. I ain't doing them because I don't want to work with them.
Yeah.
So the thing I struggle with is where do you sit? Do you lose some of your integrity in order to be able to make more work, to be able to go back to doing integrity, or what? It's hard.
Absolutely not. I do not think your integrity is everything. So you do not lose your integrity for what you stand for just to make a couple of extra quid.
I know, I get that, but it's not a couple of extra quid. It's
a couple of thousand a quid.
No,
then.
It's keeping the lights on in your house, love. It's the equivalent of keeping the lights on in your house.
And I get that, but you can
because at your work.
But if you don't want to
take it out of social media, at your workplace, you will still lose some of who you are and your values in order. So let's say you have at workplace, at my old workplace, I used to have a manager that I didn't particularly like. She was rude. She made me do stuff that I wasn't particularly impressed with.
Yeah.
But I did it because I needed the job. I needed to pay my bills at the end of the day. So everybody's made those sacrifices, and no one can stand there and say we haven't. We've all made those sacrifices. We've all done that.
Yeah, I get that, but you were just talking about fast fashion.
No, and I'm talking about social media.
Yeah, social media.
Because the thing is, let me talk about it from this perspective.
Okay.
So let's say there's a cause that I fully believe in. In order for me to help that cause, if the cause that I believe in, I feel so strongly about.
Yeah.
But me helping that cause is stopping me from being able to work. Me being vocal about that cause is stopping me from being able to work, which in turn is stopping me from being able to help that cause.
Okay.
If I lower my outward perception of that cause, get more work, then I can secretly fund that cause. Does that make sense? So let's say government, for example.
Yeah.
I can stay quiet, pacify, get to the top and then make changes.
Yeah.
Same with social media. I can stay quiet on certain things and then get in and then be able to do something behind the scenes for that cause. Or stick to your guns and do it. And I'm not saying I'm struggling. I'm just saying I want the answer. I want the answer. I will never give up my integrity. But
So
at the
that's
same
your
time,
answer?
yes, but at the same time, you have to, where's the line? Because fully going, I'm going to stick 100% to my guns. I've seen so many people on social media give up who they are in order to bag a few more gigs and stuff, which will boost who they are, and then they can go back to being who they are. When Huda Beauty started her podcast, she started it at the same time as us, right? Or she was going to launch it. I launched mine, and then Huda didn't launch hers because of everything that was going on in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
People were down my neck saying, well, look at Huda. She didn't start her podcast. Look at you starting your podcast.
I'm sorry, Hood is like a multimillionaire.
But she's gone to a position where she can sit up there and be like, listen, nobody tells me what to do. Nobody tells me what to post. Because she can. Because she's got the backing and the
she's got the money coming in.
And she's got the money coming in. So this is where I'm saying to you. So it's difficult to be in a position where people are saying, well, basically it's...
I'm sorry, if it was a brand new company startup,
having expectations from them to do the same as someone who's a billionaire,
it's completely different because there's a different outreach that people want to reach when they're starting off small.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that. Yeah, you shouldn't let go of your integrity because of it, because that's not morally right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're kind of it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like you want to be able to
do more good.
To do more good, but you have to do
less good.
You have to be a bit dirty
good.
to do a bit great.
And that's where
which
I'm
is
saying
wrong.
to you. Yeah.
But I truly believe that what is for you will come to you no matter what.
Yeah, I believe that 100%.
So I think if you have that in mind and what is for you will come to you, and that a lot of the times, sometimes you think to yourself like, oh, I'm just too much of an honest person. And when I'm too honest, things don't go right. But I will never stop being honest just because things don't go right. Things don't go right. That's just life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if that means that you don't book a couple of gigs because you don't agree with it.
No,
but
I agree.
you do not agree with it.
No, I agree.
So that's okay. You should stay true to that. And I get sometimes it's difficult, especially in that social media realm. But luckily enough for you, you have a profession also. Do you know what I mean? So no matter what, no one can take away your profession from you.
Yeah.
That's always going to be something you have. No one's going to come and take away your degree.
No, and I get that. Totally get that. And so far it's worked for me. So far, it's worked for me. So far, being integral has worked for me. Staying true to who I am and what I believe in has worked for me. And there's no denying that. And there's no questioning that. It's where do we draw the line? Do we go close to the edge, slightly teeter over the edge so we can do more good with it? Or do we stay completely on the other side of the line? That's the question. Integrity working. Do we go slightly middle ground? Do we go slightly over it?
Well, like you said,
or do we go completely...
At some point in our working lives, it has happened, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because certain
Everybody
places
has to
have
do
policies and procedures that you have to follow, and that's what we just have to do, regardless of what the fact is. But that's to keep your job, isn't it?
Yeah.
In that sense.
That's very true.
But at the same time, you'll still be honest and vocal about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's one thing in terms of like the social media style of things. If you're wanting to go into the fashion realm, then you're going to have to figure something out. Especially a lot of these companies are fast fashion. So, but then again, you pick who you want to go with. Do you want to go with someone who is like doing things the correct
right way
and the right way, or do you want to go towards fast fashion? But there's still an option there. You've still got two options.
But
there's still companies out there who do it the right way.
But also the ones that are doing the bigger things, the ones that are doing the most paid stuff, the ones that are paying more and doing the bigger things are the companies that I don't fully believe in.
So if you don't fully believe in them, then you don't do it. You're a vegetarian. You're not going to eat meat just because they're going to pay you more,
No,
are
I
you?
know, and I get that. But also at the same time, what I'm saying is there's certain things which are red lines. Certain red lines you just don't cross. Certain red lines I ain't crossing. I don't care for no one. My bills, my electricity goes off. I don't care. Red line. Certain things are grey lines, right?
Okay, so if someone says to you, do you know what? You're going to get the biggest paycheck you've ever got so far in your life. And all we want you to do is have a bite of a hot dog.
Listen, I literally just said...
Are you going to do it?
I literally just said, and I don't know what you were listening to, I literally just said, red lines are red lines.
That's
For
what I mean.
me, eating meat's a red line.
Okay, so
there's a difference
so
between
is fashion, is that a red line to you?
Fast fashion is a red line, but what I'm saying to you, it's
so
not a
what's it
huge
then?
red line. I don't
So
agree.
what's it? It's like a pink line?
No, because the difference is, Sophie, there's a very big difference between something that is hard line, red line. What I'm saying is basically there's a red line and then there's certain companies where you think, could I, yes, working with them, it's not the best thing. However, I can further my own career and at the same time do so much more good with that by just tipping over the edge a little bit. Stepping a little foot in one.
And I'm telling you, there's not one successful person out there who hasn't done that.
Yeah.
I don't think. Is there any successful person that you're aware of out there who hasn't somehow had a bit of a...
Yeah. I just need to have a good think. I mean, I physically can't. I physically
Well,
cannot.
if you physically can't, then that's your red line.
I know, but
you got to figure out, is it your red line? Is it not? If it's not, then go for it.
But then at the same time, where I'm struggling is the lack of being able to do more because I'm so strict with my red lines. My red lines are so dark red, right, that I can't. I need to maybe rub it out and just put it in pencil a little bit. Like, you don't be so...
Yeah, don't use like a permanent Sharpie,
Yeah.
like just use a pencil. So what are you willing to pencil over then?
I'll have to have a think about it.
Okay, well, when you let me know, we'll have another chat about this.
In a couple of weeks' time, I'll be doing like some sort of deal where you'll be like, Shabaz, good heavens,
Shabaz?
child.
Since when did you start eating turkey? Like, I know Thanksgiving
No, certain
has
things
just happened.
it's not happening. It was an interesting debate that I just wanted to have about what things are, where do we go? Do we, I've seen people do it. I've seen a very big influencer do it who I really admired, and she has kind of teetered over the edge, and I thought, oh, I wonder why you've
Teetered over the edge to you or
No, not to me. I see that you have given up a little bit of who you are to be able to do more. And
Is she doing well?
Absolutely.
So clearly it works for people.
This week on social media is all the things that we have seen on social media. So, Sophie, have you seen anything that you want to bring forth to the light?
Bring forth.
Oh my God, I have abundance of stuff. Did you see the, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce her name right, but Faye Flowers, the scandal around the black-owned business that, oh my God, it was bad. Stormzy actually reposted her, and bought flowers from her. A bit of background for everyone. Yeah. It was essentially a black-owned business who had a really big business called, I think, Donut Time.
Donut Time.
Following her, and bought flowers from her And a couple of months later,
You used to like the posts and everything.
A couple of months later, he's invested in his girlfriend's business, who have copied this small black-owned business, flowers, right?
Yeah.
So she makes these flowers in her unique way, and they've literally copied the captions, some of the ways that she does the flowers, literally copied her business, made it their own, but they have the funding behind it.
Absolutely.
Because he's huge, so he's been able to fund it, and I think it's appalling.
And it's his own, is it girlfriend or fiance?
Yes, his girlfriend, fiance, I don't know who it is, but he's invested in her, and she's just copied his
That is
ideas,
awful.
her ideas. And she was saying that it's really hard for black and brown owned businesses to get ahead because we don't have the financial backing of like other people who may be able to do that. And it's difficult. And I think it's so incredibly
No, especially
wrong.
when Donut Time has a big following.
Yeah, exactly.
And obviously, if you've got like 20,000 followers.
And it's a big corporation that
Yeah.
do that. Corporations will do that.
And if it's linked to your business and you've already got that many followers,
You're going to easily be able to
you're
rake in the followers.
easily going to make it up.
Yeah, she got
Easily.
20,000 followers within the first week or something.
Yeah, which is like near enough like not heard of with a small
Yeah,
business
exactly.
that's just starting out.
A big small business, no? And
Yeah.
so, but it was really lovely to see how many people backed her, how many people had her back. And if you want to check
Absolutely.
her out, Faye, I'm going to say Faye Flowers,
It's
F-E-Y,
Faye.
is it Faye? Faye Flowers, amazing. Go order some flowers from her because let's support businesses.
They are stunning
Yeah.
as well.
So I saw, right, this is really interesting, right? I saw on social media the Wicked cast, again, going back to Wicked, talking about places they love to eat, right? And one of the things they all mentioned was Dishoom. Oh my God, it winds me up.
I don't know why I made that face because I've never actually eaten there.
My colonized ancestors would be spinning in their grave. It is
Was that
so,
Uncle Ben's rice?
Mate, it is awful. My non-Asian friends, non-South Asian friends, oh my God, I love Dishoom. That isn't curry, love. That is not curry. That is not Asian, South Asian food.
But that's like when people say, I love a tikka masala.
It's beyond the fact that, I like to... It is so awful that I find it so offensive that people are like, I love Dishoom. If you think Dishoom is a good curry, you have not tried a good curry, love. That is... I went and had their mango
What
lassi.
does it taste like?
Bland
Like
as... They put all sorts...
Supermarket bought curry?
No, it's just this shoved... They've gone... Do you know what they've done?
Who
They've
owns
gone,
it though?
It's an Indian person, but clearly he's gone down the colonization route. And even the entire surroundings, you walk in there and you've walked into the British Raj, right? When the Britain run India, that's literally what you walk into. You walk into colonizer chic. And the fact is that the curries, they've gone, this is a traditional curry. Let's take everything that we think that we might want to add to it and stick it in, right? Michelin star now. We've taken a curry that is quite simply just a curry. You don't need to add extra stuff to it when it's fine as it is. Just to elevate it. You don't need to elevate it at all. It's fine as it is. Or it winds me up when people are like, I love Dishoom.
I can't even... I'm trying to think
I
of
don't want
any...
to take you there, love. I don't even want to take you there. I think it's offensive. You want to go find a good curry place, ask a South Asian. They'll tell you, Dishoom, awful. Dishoom needs to dishoom.
The shoe.
Have you heard about the scandal around Band-Aid? So, you know Band-Aid, the...
Yeah, plaster company.
No. Band-Aid, the song, man. What's wrong with you?
I thought you were talking about American Blasters.
No, because I'm not American, so I would never call it a Band-Aid. Band-Aid, the song...
I have heard about it, yeah.
So we know it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So apparently people recently have come out. So Ed Sheeran and another rapper came out and said that it's offensive and that we shouldn't really be playing it, right? And there's a bunch of people that are in the comments going, oh my God, they're coming after Band-Aid now. When you look at the lyrics, this is the things they're saying about it. First things first, the money that was given, the original Band-Aid was given to fund a genocide, right?
Yeah.
Was given, which is still, the effects are still happening now. Some of that money went to line Bob Geldof's pockets and the other artists' pockets.
Yeah.
The other thing is, do they know it's Christmas? Well, yeah, because Ethiopia is one of the first countries to be Christians.
I was going to say,
So
they celebrate it.
Yes, and Christianity originated...
What do they think? People just don't have calendars or they don't know what date it is?
But they're trying to say, oh, well, I just think
Come on.
Okay, then it gets worse. It gets worse. There's a line in the song, well, thank God it's them instead of you. They changed that line in the future, but the fact that that line was in there, and also...
But in what context is that? Thank God it's
Thank
them.
God
and
it's
not you.
them and not you. Like, as in, think about all the famine and all the stuff that they're going through. Thank God it's them and it's not you.
That's awful to
I
say.
know. Anyway, the reason people are offended is because the entire continent of Africa, they have gone, let them know it's Christmas time. I get it that you were trying to raise money for Ethiopia, but all of Africa is not this barren wasteland.
It's not. I am African.
Trust and believe, right?
Like, we
are. Do you know the
just
line?
take a trip to Morocco, please, or take a trip to like parts of Egypt. Take a trip to South Africa.
So many countries in Africa.
Take a trip to like
Nigeria,
Tunisia, Algeria, all these places. Like, hello.
Yeah.
Like.
So they said that we're nothing.
Do you know what? It just makes.
Listen to
like,
this.
how are we still having this conversation? It's 2024.
But the worst thing is there's people going, oh my God, they're coming after Band-Aid. But I'm sorry, unless you are from that area, from that region, you don't get a say.
Absolutely.
No offense. You can't tell me what's offensive to me. You can't tell me that Dishoom is not offensive to you. I'm sorry, I'm South Asian. I can say Dishoom's offensive to me. You can say store-bought couscous is offensive.
I got offended, when I went for my brother's wedding in Morocco back in 2022, the person who went with me asked me, I'm sorry, like, do we need, like, guns to protect ourselves? What?
Do they have, like, electricity and stuff?
Like...
Were they American by any chance?
Yes. We were landing in the airport, and I'm sorry, like, I don't know, like, airports are basically in the middle of, like, places away from homes and stuff. It's just, like, Manchester that's near, like, an actual city. They looked out the window and went, oh, is it all like farmland?
Well, this bit is love.
Because we're out in the sticks, mate.
Yeah.
Like, that's where the airport is located.
Yeah. In area,
like
not all of them are surrounded
by houses and cities and stuff. I just wanted to say to him, do you know what? Just let yourself off now.
Yeah, or get back on the plane. You know, the reason why it's offensive is because they project this entire country as where nothing ever grows or rivers flow. I'm sorry, the Nile is the longest river in the world, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. What river doesn't flow
nothing
through
grows.
Africa?
I'm sorry, like...
That's the thing.
Where nothing grows. Like, is there no grass, no trees, no vegetables?
No, because it's just one big desert and everyone's poor and thingy, and that's why people find it offensive. Is the song itself is perpetuating this stereotype that Africa is just this barren wasteland and we need to help them and we need to tell them it's Christmas because...
Help yourselves. Like, just help yourselves. Everybody else is good.
Some of them are fine. Some of them are okay. Love.
Some of them are great.
Yeah, you don't need to be saying Africa. So anyway, the point is that the song people find offensive. So, some people find it offensive, some people don't.
My God.
Yeah.
So, guys, our next topic is Povo News. So, what's your Povo News for today, Shabaz?
Oh, I feel like I've done loads, but oh my God. So you know how scammers will scam you? Well, they've now, O2 and Virgin have now got the AI scamming granny.
That is brilliant.
It is genius.
That is brilliant.
So the granny will waste time with the scammers and have you seen the advert where the granny is talking to them and they're kicking off?
The scammers are getting vexed.
Vexed, mate. I think it's genius. I think it's so funny that this AI... That's what we need to be using AI for.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Not seeing how Cynthia and Ariana are having a fight.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
seriously. Like, use it for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
like, literally, my mum just does it herself. She doesn't need AI granny. She sits there, wasting her time.
Brilliant.
Someone asked her for life insurance. She went, what are you saying? I'm going to get money, like, now?
Yeah.
She's, like, wasting the time. He's like, no, love, like, you don't get money now. You get money after you've passed. And she's like... What do you mean? When am I passing?
Do you know what
like,
I
Mum,
think?
Stop winding them up. Just put the phone down.
Do you know what I think they should do? I think they should hire or like grannies or people that have loads of time to sit at these call centres and just do that anyway. Like, you don't even need AI.
No, but they call your phone.
No, but if you employed a bunch of thingies to sit at the call centres where when they call the phone...
Listen, we don't need to extend the retirement age, Shabaz, thank you. It's already extended.
Listen, I'm not saying about retirement age, but if you've got nothing else to do, you clearly have nothing else to do with your life because it's quite sad. Why don't you sit and do...
It's quite sad. It actually is.
If you've got nothing to do, I think it's a great job opportunity because you could hire people to sit in call centres and intercept the calls and just waste their time. I would do that tomorrow, love. I'd sit there and be like...
Yeah, like if you have an app on your phone, as soon as it rings, the app pops up and then you press divert and it diverts to like...
Brenda,
Galinda, Grenda...
Glinda, why have you gone too wicked again? Brenda.
That's a very old lady's name.
Ruth or someone sat there going, hiya, love. I need to speak... What you saying? I need to press 0... Okay, let me give you my card number. Where's the card number? And just waste their time.
What do you do when the scammers call you?
I just say I've just put him in the ground. If they ask for Shabaz.
What do you mean? Who says that?
What? What?
Can I speak to Shabaz? I've just put him in the ground.
One time this woman rang, right? And she said, "Can I speak to Shabaz Ali?" And I went, "Oh, well, I'm just putting him in the ground at the moment, so can I call him back?"
Can I take a message?
She went, "Oh," put the phone down because she thought,
oh my God, I sounded like Darth Vader laughing.
that was so funny.
Do you know what? I do the hello, hello, hello,
Sophie,
hello.
do you know what?
And they're like, oh, they just cut off then. Or I say, yeah, I'm sorry, I've just been called into a meeting. I'll just call you straight, but can you just come call me in 1 hour?
Yeah, but
and
then
like,
they call you back.
I'm like, yeah, then I don't answer because then I know the number that's come up.
Right, so do you know what I do? I did this once. Remember, I was at your house and I rang him and I was waiting his time, put the phone down. He kept ringing back, going, "Don't cut me off."
Shabaz, do not cut me off. He was persistent.
Yeah, he was angry.
You just it annoyed him.
But I think the AI granny is fantastic.
He's
Anyway, have
brilliant.
you got anything?
For Povo News,
Yeah.
I do.
Go on.
So in Hungary, so news, if you live in Hungary, apparently they want to bring out this scheme that if you have four children or more, then you don't have to pay income tax
Oh, that's brilliant.
at all. So just have a big family and your income tax is wiped,
That's brilliant.
which is great because now you can afford
Yeah.
to have a big family,
Yeah.
number one. And number two, the population's growing. Because there's a
but
decline in the population.
And Italy's the same. Italy's population is like on the decline, isn't it? Because there was a lot of old people that died during COVID and their populations.
So any people who want a big family move to Hungary.
I've got one for you, right? Australia have now banned officially social media for under 16s. Any company caught will be fined I think 32 million or something.
What do you mean? Like company like TikTok will be fined?
Yeah. So if they don't adhere to the rules, any social media company. Do you agree? Let's see it have both sides.
Okay.
The pros. Give me the pros.
The pros is children's confidence will
Less
improve,
pressure on them.
Less pressure.
The book, basically, everything the book says,
Absolutely.
less of that.
The kind of childhood we had, they would be able to have.
Yeah.
The cons, I'd say, I'm sorry, but children need social media these days.
Yeah.
Like a lot. That's where a lot of information,
Learning, and
information, all this stuff that they
research,
get.
yeah.
Because as much as there's fake news out there, there's actual real news out there.
And there's a lot of people dispelling fake news by giving the real news.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like I said, learning.
And a lot more informed.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
younger
like,
generation's
I
more
learned
informed.
about, imagine sending your child to school, being that child and going to school and not knowing anything about social media.
But the whole country's not going to be on it. So no one's going to miss out because no one's going to be on it.
I'm telling you now, when we were younger, which we did, we shouldn't have done, is logging
Up
onto
the age.
Facebook. We just upped the age on Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah.
Back in the day, back in 2009.
Yeah.
2009, 2008, I signed up.
I think you'll up the age.
2009.
Yeah. And this is the thing though. So I get it. I think pros and cons, but I think regulations, this is what they're not doing. They're just going flat out ban, right? Because also there is a thing that they just don't want younger people to be more informed. We are now the most informed generation of our time, right?
Absolutely.
We get the news before the news even gives us news, right? And we get the truth from the source itself rather than what the media wants to tell us. It's just a blanket ban on it to get younger people to buy into an idea.
Do you think it's just trying to reel everyone back in?
Yeah, I think I sound like a bit of a tin hat person, but I think it's just there's a little bit more of an underlying thing. Social media can be a force for good if you use it properly, but it's down to
absolutely.
parents and educators to teach that.
Yeah, and to monitor what children are watching.
Absolutely. If you do that,
like literally
sorted.
monitor everything. Like you would just not just let children have free reign of a device. You just don't.
That's it.
So
So
just being
an adult, a parent.
an
I think-
appropriate person.
I think we'll see what happens in it. We'll see how it plays out. But I like to see how it plays out and see if other countries adopt it. But
Yeah.
it's interesting debate.
Really interesting.
All the Australian kids that follow me are not going to be following me. One last thing on Poverty News. Did you hear about Katy Perry getting sued?
Yeah, by the other Katy Perry.
Right, so Katy Perry had the name Katy Perry. She did a tour in Australia and a designer called Katy Perry, named Katie Perry, sued her for using her name when she sold merch.
Yep.
So the judge originally said, yes, agree, Katy Perry shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 gave the ruling, and Katy Perry had to give money back and whatever. She had to give money and pay damages. However, Katy Perry went through 3 different high courts and went, listen.
They overruled it.
And they overruled it. And the reason they overruled it was because back in 2008, Katy Perry been Katy Perry.
Katy Perry been Katy Perry before KTIE Perry came along.
I been Katy Perry in before you Katy Perry. Right?
Before now you originally Katy Perry. Like, I was there before you were born.
Yeah, I was Katy Perry before you Katy Perried. Now you're going to need to un-Katy Perry, and I'm going to carry on Katy Perry. That's it.
Exactly. Go Katy Perry.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. Though. Imagine someone trademarking your name.
But that's like Kylie Minogue and Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, but Kylie Jenner was ridiculous. I want to trademark Kylie.
Because she trademarked Kylie.
Yeah.
But
they threw that out though. You can't trademark names.
But that's what I mean. But I'm sorry. I don't think Kylie Jenner... Does she even know Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, but no, it wasn't
some
that.
Americans
No, it wasn't that.
know him.
No, it wasn't that. Kylie Jenner wanted to trademark the name Kylie.
Yeah,
and
I know,
Kylie Minogue was like,
already
absolutely
had it.
not. No, it was just that Kylie was like, you can't. They threw it out anyway, but Kylie Minogue was also like, shut up, because you can't trademark a name Kylie. A lot of people have that name. You can't trademark it.
No, isn't it because she had like all the...
No. It wasn't personal.
Stuff.
It was just
home
that
stuff.
she wasn't personal. She was just saying it's ridiculous that you trademark a name when literally I own that name as well. Like I have that name as well.
Like if you trademark Shabaz.
Yeah.
You can't trademark Shabaz.
Trademark Shabaz says.
I'm going to trademark Sophia. But I can't because it's a capital C.
Yeah, and it's a doll as well, isn't it?
And it's the Princess Sophia, so I can't do that either.
So that is Povo News.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So our next topic, my favourite, is poverty. And on this week's poverty...
Do you have any?
No, I don't have any.
I do have one. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to pull it out of the emails. We have one. Right, I'll put it in for next episode.
See.
But have you got anything?
And do you know what?
back up?
I think this is what Shabaz does to me. Because I've been out there waiting upon the poverty
you know, you could just check
of the
emails
nation.
Yourself, love.
And I don't have the login details, do I, Shabaz?
Yeah, but do you know what? Because you don't ask for the
times.
work.
What episode are we on? Number 11? Yeah, still waiting for it.
8. But go on. So have you got anything else then? Have you got anything that you want to share then instead?
That I want to share?
No, you asked me a question last week, innit, about my embarrassing things. Don't ask me another one of them because it was bad enough that you
No,
made
because
me...
that's what I'm telling you. I don't need you to share today because I've got a question
Go on.
for the both of us.
Right.
What is something that you truly believed in as a child? Like, truly wholeheartedly thought it was real?
I truly believed that the tooth fairy was real. I genuinely thought a woman would come and put a pillow under my...
Yeah, I thought that.
I genuinely thought she was
I
putting
used
money.
to... Did you ever used to, like, peek?
peek
I
and
used to
try
peek
to
to see if I'd seen, like, a little person, like, dropping money off.
I truly believed in that. I truly believed in... There's a lot of things I really believed in.
Guess what I used to believe in? So when we was younger, my dad used to drive us to Morocco. So that's a very big thing for Moroccans. We all drive down to Morocco. It is fun. And it's definitely, like, nostalgic and stuff like that. But I used to think that there was literally England, Morocco. Even though we used to travel through France and Spain, I thought the world consisted of England, France, Spain and Morocco, and that's all that was to it. But I didn't realise, even
what
though...
about all the rest of the countries?
No, because I was a child.
You're a bit
And
of a
children...
thick child.
No, but children don't have much awareness. I'm talking about, I was like 5 or 6.
Thick child.
5 or 6. Listen, I wasn't in like a posh little boarding school, was I? I went to regular school with the regular people.
You're saying
and I was in year 1.
She's doing sarcasm at me like I went to private school, boarding school.
No, I know you
I went
didn't.
Beardwood High School,
I'm
love.
just
It's shut
saying,
down. My school was that bad, it's shut down, love. Don't talk to me about my school.
Yeah, but I was very povo. So literally, I started off in England and I literally thought that's all that existed in the world.
Do you know my brother used to teach us that nonsense as well? So my brother, I was a little bit more intelligent than my older brother, right?
Okay.
So he said to me that if you carry on driving after London, because we always stop at London, we never went further in the car. So for us, London was your Morocco, you know what I mean? So we stop at London, we'd only ever go to London. He said, if you carry on driving, you get to New York.
I wish. That's one thing. Did you believe
so
him?
thick. No, I didn't believe it.
When you was younger?
No, because I didn't believe it because I thought he was thick as anything. I was like, you're so thick, but he truly believed it. He used to make
That's
it so
one
thick.
thing. Do you know what? That's one thing that, do you know what? America and England need to get together, figure this out, because I would drive from here to New York just for a slice of pizza.
Yeah, I don't.
I would drive across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Forget Titanic, forget all of that.
But you could possibly go the other way, but it'd take you days if you went the other way. Because if they
Oh,
connected...
because you can go from Russia to Alaska.
Yes, if they
that's
connected
long.
it, they could...
But no, we just want to go across the Atlantic, but
fine.
like super speed.
Fine,
but what we need, instead of having the Euro tunnel, we need the American tunnel.
But that would cost millions and
And
billions
they can't do it
trillions.
because it's too deep.
Yeah, it would be
as
too
well.
much, yeah.
Because I did watch something on this and it's too deep to do it.
Yeah.
But So they need to figure it out. AI figure it out.
I don't know. Do a bridge then. Go up then if you can't go down.
Exactly. Go through it. Like, I don't know. Create like one of those tunnels that, do you know?
Tunnels over the sky.
Yeah, like
tunnels
Sea Life
curve.
World tunnel, so we can see all the
What a
fishes.
bridge.
Which is what I
thought. You know,
thought.
Sea Life tunnel. You could just do a bridge, love. You know those. Above the
No,
water.
but there's
it's
too
called
much
a bridge.
wind. There's too much wind. There's a jet stream that comes over from America to the UK, which is why we fly over quicker than we fly there.
Right, fine. Whatever.
Which I found out just like a couple of days ago.
What
But
a sad little life, Jane.
these are the fun facts I have in my brain.
What else did you believe in as a kid?
That's what I'm telling you.
Oh.
That's what I believe.
Go on. Not anything else that you believed in?
What else did I believe in?
Do you know in Blackburn we used to have this wishing tree next to Corporation Park? Did you ever know about the wishing tree?
No.
But you're not from that end, innit? There was a wishing tree in Corporation Park, right? My brother told me that if we went to that wishing tree and made a wish, it'd come true. Do you know what I wished for when I was a kid?
What?
I genuinely wished, right, that I had my first ever car would be a red shiny car. And it bloody well was.
Wow,
right, I
see?
also wished, this is a really lame one, they opposite the building.
That is manifestation, that is.
Opposite the tree, there used to be this school that was like burnt down, and I wish that school was rebuilt. I'm telling you, it's fully rebuilt now. There's not a school there, but it's rebuilt and it's become flats.
Do you know what's going to happen now? We're going to have an influx of people going to Corporation Park.
It's
and
gone.
like...
They chopped it down. I know.
There's not even remnants of it.
No, they chopped the wishing tree down. I do go there occasionally.
Was
I
it
rub
like
the
a
ground.
willow tree?
Like wish for £1 million, but that never happens.
Why would they chop it down?
I know, awful, isn't it? Awful people. Chop the wishing tree down.
Right, petition for the wishing tree to come back because clearly it's worked.
But the magic's gone now, innit? Yeah. But do you know what my brother wished for? How sad is this?
Go on.
He wished for, the back entrance of the library to be reopened.
It happened though.
I'm telling you, he's thick as hell, innit? The lot of stuff that he's wishing for.
Simple
What a
things.
waste of a wish.
Simple things in life.
Could have wished for $1 million, could have wished for like a brand new house or whatever. Wishes for the back.
If anybody out there in your towns have a wishing tree, I mean, Shabaz's tour, we're going to so many different places. So please, if there's a wishing tree, I want to go.
I'm going to be visiting all the cities. So if there's anything in that city that is iconically to do with that city, please let me know. It'll be so much fun because we're going to go to these places.
Because I love knowing like little things.
So there's nothing else you believed in?
I believed in a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah, you were a bit thick as a kid.
I was
You're a
never...
bit thick as an adult.
No. Actually, I was a very bright child. I'm a very bright adult. I've just had unfortunate circumstances.
I think sometimes you're
I'm
a
the
bit...
brightest out of my siblings.
Oh, that I can't believe. the bar's set very low.
They might think differently, but I am because I'm the oldest.
The bar's set very low there, right? When it comes to Arja Khan, who didn't even know about reproduction until we told her.
Oh my God, we need to tell you that story, but we'll leave that for next week because it's hilarious. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us this week. And thank you, Shabaz, for being here.
Absolutely.
It's very appreciated.
I love how she stole that.
Very appreciate for you to actually be here and grace
Don't
me
steal my lines.
with thy presence.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a massive like and a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section on YouTube. Subscribe if you're watching this visually. If you're watching this or listening to this, we need to be a bit more mindful of the fact that we do talk about a lot of things that they can't see because they're listening.
If you can't see, tune in.
Yeah,
to
go
YouTube.
watch it. If you are listening to this on the go, please download the episode, give it 5 stars, and just share it with everybody. Give it some love. If you want to share your private confessions, info@shabazsays.com.
Please bring them in, bring them in, bring them in.
And go follow our Instagram page at IRYPPOD. Other news, I am going to be going on tour, so please go and buy tickets to my tour. The link's in the description.
And I hope to see you guys there.
Bye.
Bye.